Let us start today's current affairs. Cyclone Fani, F-A-N-I. Cyclone Fani has shown its severe disaster. Similar cyclone have come in Orissa. Super cyclone in 1999. Similar cyclone called super cyclone have come in Orissa in 1999. At that time, the death toll is more than 10,000. Now it is 34. So, prior warning, that is early warning system, proper management and life-saving techniques, all these things have made the effects of Fani cyclone on human life very minimum. As you all know, natural disasters are created by nature. Natural disasters are created by nature. We cannot stop natural disasters. We can only minimize the effects of natural disasters. We cannot stop them, but we can only minimize. For example, tsunami, earthquake, volcanic eruption, drought, flood, cyclone. These things cannot be stopped. The effects of natural disasters can only be mitigated. Disasters, there are some disasters which are man-made. Man-made disasters like stampedes or nuclear fissile material leakage, all these things we can stop, but not natural disasters. And some disasters are slow in onset. Some disasters are sudden in onset. Sudden disasters are like tsunami, earthquake, flash floods, all those things. Slow disasters are like famines, droughts, all these things. Nowadays, even some disasters like floods, we have early warning systems. Within hours, we can evacuate. You have seen the Kerala floods in the recent past. And here, after tsunami's attack in 2004, we have made an act in India called Disaster Management Act 2005. After the attack of tsunami in 2004, we have made an act, our parliament have passed an act, Disaster Management Act 2005. And we also had National Disaster Management Authority and National Disaster Response Force and also National Disaster Management Plan. And National Disaster Management Plan was based on Sendai framework. SENDAI. This is a prelims question. National Disaster Management Plan was based on Sendai framework. SENDAI. We also have National Disaster Management Fund. So we have a lot of mechanisms started after 2004 for disaster management in India. And we are training some of our forces in disaster relief operations. You all know there are 4 stages in disaster management: prevention, mitigation, rescue, search and rescue operations, rehabilitation. So all these things that we have to follow. So Cyclone Fani, we were very much successful in minimizing the effects on human life, but unfortunately Orissa hit hard. Even NEET exam for Orissa students, the central government have given relaxation for them, even for NEET exam. Coming to naming of cyclones, you should actually study about naming of cyclones. For example, Hudhud, Ochi, Titli and Gaja. Hudhud, Ochi, Titli and Gaja will have a naming of 8-member countries of a group. There will be a group of 8-member countries where we'll call all the cyclones. This came into effect from 2004. 8 countries are India, Pakistan, Bangladesh. India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Myanmar, Maldives, Oman, Sri Lanka, Thailand. These 8 member countries, they will participate in a group and name the cyclones. The funny name is given by Bangladesh. Funny name is given by Bangladesh. Coming to other important news, RESAT 2BRI. RESAT 2BRI. RISAT. An eye in the sky. RESAT 2BRI. An eye in the sky. ISRO is all set to launch. ISRO is all set to launch RESAT 2BRI on 22nd May through PSLV C-46. PSLV C-46 launching vehicle. ISRO is all set to launch RESAT 2BRI. RISAT. Remote sensing satellites. It will provide all weather surveillance. Any type of weather. It will provide all weather surveillance using SAR, synthetic aperture radar. It will provide all weather surveillance using SAR, synthetic aperture radar. It is designed to provide a continuous view of Earth, continuous supervision of Earth, continuous surveillance of Earth, day and night, including border infiltrations, everything. It's called RESAT, surveillance satellites. We are keeping an eye in the sky. Vinilakasamlo niga. We are keeping an eye in the sky. RESAT 2BRI. RESAT 2BRI. Next. Kashmiri stag is in news. Kashmiri Hangul, also called as Hangul, HANGUL. You know why it is called stag? Stag means bachelor. Kashmiri stag. Okay, stag, the word stag. So there is a word regularly in official language, stag dinner. Stag dinner means you are not allowed with your couple. It is stag, STH, stag. Kashmiri stag is critically endangered. According to IUCN list, Kashmiri stag is critically endangered. It is a state animal of Jammu and Kashmir. State animal of Jammu and Kashmir. Mostly located in Dachigam National Park. It is located in Dachigam National Park in Jammu and Kashmir. This is called Kashmiri stag. So coming to today's news articles, today's Hindu paper editorial page. The editorial is on Orissa funny cyclone, as we have discussed just now. Today's editorial is on Orissa's funny cyclone. Next article is about endless crisis. Endless crisis. This article is about Venezuela. Venezuela is a country located in South America. Venezuela is a country located in South America. In Venezuela, there used to be a socialist president called Hugo Chavez. Pro people means they used to go with welfaristic mode, welfaristic policies, socialist policies. And this Hugo Chavez never used to allow American capitalist ideas into socialist country called Venezuela. Venezuela is an oil rich country. In South America, Venezuela is an oil rich country. And Venezuela State Oil Company PDVSA. PDVSA. And now Venezuela is led by Nicolas Maduro. Nicolas Maduro. In January this year, there were elections in Venezuela. In January this year, there were elections in Venezuela, and there was one more person, opposition leader, leading National Assembly, Guaido, Mr. Guaido. And Guaido declared that in the elections there was rigging, so he was the president of Venezuela. Guaido had the support from US and some other countries, capitalist countries. Whereas Venezuela, Nicolas Maduro, Socialist Party, had support from Russia. It has Russian support because Russia has some socialist till that ideology. So coming back, now the thing is, Venezuelan oil exports were, nobody is purchasing in the capitalist countries. There were many issues, inflation was very high, people are very poor, situation is very bad, but still Nicolas Maduro is very, very strong because there were many people, many sections of people in Venezuela who, the sections of people support Socialist Party. Still the party has a base. That's the reason why from last 4 months, 3 times Mr. Guaido tried to topple Maduro, but he did not succeed. He does not succeed because Socialist Party still have strength in the people in Venezuela. Let's wait and see how the crisis is going to end. Next important article, today's very crucial article, talking fair trade in Delhi. Talking fair trade in Delhi. WTO, World Trade Organization. After the Second World War, some of the countries met at a place called Bretton Woods in America. After the Second World War, some of the countries met at a place called Bretton Woods in America. They wanted to protect the world from economic problems. If people go bankrupt, they will go to banks and some other people to help, to get some help. If countries go bankrupt, how can the countries resolve? For that reason, there are 3 institutions that were proposed: IMF, IBRD and ITO. IMF, IBRD and ITO. IMF means International Monetary Fund. IBRD means International Bank for Reconstruction and Development. IBRD means International Bank for Reconstruction and Development. ITO means International Trade Organization. ITO means International Trade Organization. Among the 3, immediately only 2 have come into force: IMF and IBRD. Among the 3, only 2 have come into force immediately: IMF and IBRD. The third organization, ITO, have become reality in 1947 in the name of GATT. The third organization called ITO have become a reality in the name of GATT, G-A-T-T, General Agreement on Trade and Tariff, GATT, General Agreement on Trade and Tariff. And till 1995, till 1995, GATT continued. Based on Dunkel's proposals, Uruguay round talks. Based on Dunkel's proposals and Uruguay round talks, in the year 1995, WTO, World Trade Organization, stepped into the shoes of GATT. In the year 1995, World Trade Organization stepped into the shoes of GATT. And World Trade Organization conducts ministerial meets, conducts summits biannually. Biannually means every alternative year there will be a summit. Okay. The last summit was at Buenos Aires. And upcoming summit is at Astana, 2020 June. The WTO next summit is going to be held at Astana, Kazakhstan. Okay. Now listen the story. WTO was formed for level playing field in the international trade. WTO was formed for level playing field in the international trade. But in WTO, developed countries are in the one side and developing countries on the other side. India is one of the important leaders of developing countries in WTO. Developed countries want trade facilitation agreements. They want complete free access to trade. Developing countries want SSM, Special Safeguard Mechanism. What is that? For example, Indian farmer is very poor. He cannot produce things at a cheaper cost. So, India has to protect its farmer, specially safeguard its farmer because of Indian conditions. This is called SSM, Special Safeguard Mechanism. Developed countries, according to an estimate, according to OECD data, gives around $300 to $325 billion of subsidies annually. Developed countries use lot of subsidies to their farmers and other people. They will give lot of subsidies. And when developed countries subsidize everything, automatically it is not a level playing field. For example, there is an American farmer, Indian farmer. American farmer cultivates 1000 acres, 2000 acres, and there is lot of productivity and the input cost is very cheap. Coming to Indian farmer, everything is tough, even irrigation facilities are not there. When you ask to compete, Indian farmer and American farmer or a say Japanese farmer in the market, Indian farmer will not get a fair price. Products can be sold cheaply by American farmer or a Japanese farmer. But developed countries say developing countries should not give any support to their farmers. Special safeguard mechanisms. This is the first thing. Second thing, if they sign something in better things like in services, India will get a lead. So already India is having a lead in services, but they are also, developed countries are also asking in e-commerce. They are also asking in e-commerce. Let's see how it works. And let's wait. In Delhi this month, there was a small meet, 12th ministerial conference. In Delhi we have some mini ministerial conference. In Delhi this month we have mini ministerial conference. They are going to discuss about all these issues. Very important news. WTO is very, very important for exam. For UPSC, WTO related issues are very important. Even WTO summits are very, very important. Next article. What we need today is social justice. What we need today is social justice. The article is written by Mr. D. Raja, who belongs to Communist Party of India and an MP. Communist Party of India and an MP. And this article purely belongs to political science. The students who are preparing for political science option, they have to cut 10 pages this article. The history of all hitherto existing societies is nothing but the history of class struggle. The history of all hitherto existing societies is nothing but the history of class struggle. There are two classes in the world who are fighting all the time, the rich and the poor. The haves and the have-nots. You may call them in any name. Master and slave, landlord and serf, capitalist and worker. But there is a continuous uninterrupted fight. Continuous uninterrupted fight, thereby ended many times with a revolutionary reorganization of the society. There are many thinkers in the world. You are seeing hundreds of thinkers throughout the world. But Karl Marx is unique. You know why? Philosophers till now interpreted the world. Philosophers actually tried to tell how the world looks like. But Karl Marx wanted to change the world. He wanted to overhaul the world. Karl Marx himself told, philosophers till now interpreted the world, but who will change it? One has to change it. And last year, Karl Marx's 200th birth anniversary. Karl Marx was born in the year 1818, died in the year 1883. And if you see the society today, we were crony capitalists. We were supporting capitalism. The entire world and the country is revolving around rich. Investments, bankings, growth rates, Ambanis and Adanis. But what we need is social justice. And in every political manifesto, there is no word about workers. And Karl Marx told, workers of the world unite. You have nothing to lose but your chains. And political parties, ideologies, all these things will work out only when governments think about common man. And but in each and every political party, if you can see, common man is vulnerable. Common man is vulnerable. The entire article goes like this: how brutal capitalism is being run by capitalists in the society. So this is what we need today is social justice.